Hello, everyone. Welcome to this series of webinar hosted by Lexzur about many functionalities that currently being used by in-house legal departments and law firms. Today's topic is about, optimizing our billing practices in law firms. Join me today is Khalil Sarhal. Khalil Sarhal is the PO of the billing module in Lexzur. He's also a customer support manager. He has a lot of experience in accounting, and he's been assisting law firms recently in adapting their, billing processes, changing their ways, and enhancing their processes in a way just to increase efficiency within law firm. As you know, whether it's a solo lawyer, it's a mid practice, small practice, large practice, one of the main concerns of law firms is basically how to manage, right, billing, how to increase the efficiency and the speed of billing the clients and receiving payments, and managing the invoices and the overdues and and the retainers, and we have a lot of operations going there, right? And the cycle is always in need of, an enhancement there and another enhancement here, and so on and so forth. In today's webinar, we will discuss with Khalil the best practices that are currently used in the billing module. How easy he will show us really how easy it is to streamline the time entries and the expenses with the invoices and billing the clients through Lexzur. We will also highlight a lot of points related to increased efficiency within the billing team in a law firm. So without any further ado, Khalil, please, let's start. Uh, let's go. Yeah.
Thank you, Hussein, for the introduction. Uh, Basically, in today's webinar, we will be showcasing three billing key features available at Lexzur: time tracking, time tracking and entry, expense management, and invoicing. Moreover, as mentioned, I'll be providing with the best practices and tips related for each feature. But before we start, Hussein, I would like to shed the light on the importance of the efficient billing in the legal space. So efficient billing in the legal space is crucial for several reasons. First of all, and this is the most important reason, which is client trust and transparency, in which clear, accurate billing fosters the trust between the attorney and the client by providing transparency on how much time and resources are being used. Moreover, we have also another reason, which is the cash flow management, where timely and accurate billing ensures that law firms maintain steady cash flow, which is essential for covering the operational costs and maintaining the financial stability. And the last,
I think
the
we
last,
lost you a bit, Khalil.
excuse me? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and the last reason, which is the time management. Of course, today, basically lawyers and legal professionals, they are in a law firm, they are very occupied, and basically time efficient billing helps efficient billing and streamlined billing processes free up more time for the attorneys and the legal practitioners to focus on their legal work rather than administrative tasks, thus improving the overall productivity. So in today's in today's session, I will be tackling three of the billing key features available at Lexzur. I will share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
No, not yet.
Okay,
I think we can now, yeah.
great. So,
Perfect.
first of all, let's take this case. A potential client comes to the law firm, basically for a meeting with one of its lawyers. So the client over here comes with the case, and he wants this specific lawyer to handle, or a specific law firm to handle this case. And this law firm basically adopts Lexzur. And to start, first of all, the meeting is held between the client and the lawyer, and the client demonstrates or presents the case in front of the lawyer. The lawyer studies it, accepts it. A letter of engagement has been agreed upon and has been signed. Now the law firm is handling the case. So in Lexzur, basically to handle basically upon accepting the letter of engagement, where the duties and the obligations of the duties of the lawyer and the obligations of the legal practitioner are predefined. Also, the money aspect of this engagement is also predefined in this letter of engagement. So how is this letter of engagement actually translated or reflected on Lexzur? So basically, we create, first of all, a corporate matter. By creating the corporate matter, of course, first of all, we have to fill up the details, mandatory fields such as the name, the practice area. Let's take, for example, it's a commercial, the arrival date of the matter. Let's take, for example, the client is K&Q. Furthermore, you can add the description, internal reference number, the priority, if you want to share it, if this case is shared with everyone, the law firm or specific attorneys. Basically, also, we have the more detailed section over here where we would specify the dates, the due dates, the filed on date, the closed on dates, the estimated duration, the approval date, the invoice date, payment date, license expiration dates. Also, we can specify the people who referred this client, who requested this case, the assigned team related, or the assignee even related to this case. Furthermore, the company name, the approval, who's supposed to approve this case. More details, we can add the stage related for this matter. Is it settled? Is it under execution, dispute, arbitration, grievance? It depends. We can also specify, we can relate it to a specific entry. It could be any of the mentioned entries or the available entries. We can also put the rate related to this matter, specify it. Also, we can mention the billing preference related to this matter, which could be an hourly rate or a fixed fee. So let's take, for example, the hourly rate for this matter, and save it. Upon saving, the matter has been created successfully. Okay, so over here, this is the main view of the matter, or the general info page related to this matter, where you can see every single detail that has been input, of course, upon the creation. So as mentioned, we will be tackling the billing aspect of the matter. First of all, I'm gonna start with the time tracking and entry. I wanna also spot the light on the importance of accurate time tracking and discuss its impact on the revenue and client satisfaction. Accurate time tracking is crucial basically for maximizing the revenue, the billing disputes, improving the resource allocation, and ensuring transparency and fairness in client billing, all of these enhance the client satisfaction and strengthen the overall client and lawyer relationship. The user, after, of course, accepting the letter of engagement and with the client, the lawyer or the legal practitioner over here or the user starts working on this case. So once the user starts working on this case, he needs to record his time. So basically, the time can be recorded from multiple places. The first one, let's take, for example, from the time entries tab available in the under the general info. From the actions button, we can create a time entry. Okay, so the time entry, it could be of multiple types. It could be of a task. It could be of a contract. It could be of a matter. Of course, we have to specify. In our case, it's already predefined. So it's this case we're working on the duration. Of course, we have to specify the duration related. Let's take, for example, say 1 hour or 10 hours. Category, of course, the category related to this time entry, it could be of analysis, it could be the drafting, it could be of a hearing, it could be internal status, of course, to be reviewed or open or reviewed or under review. So based on the letter of engagement, we would assume that this time entry is billable, of course. It could be non-billable, of course, based on the agreement between the lawyer and the client. And over here, we specify the user rate. So basically, we have 3 types of user rate. Basically, at the date of at the invoice date rate. So at the invoice date, what is the user rate specified, or basically the entry date rate. So at the system setting rate defined, and the fixed rate if this time entry has a fixed rate. Let's take, for example, the fixed rate. And here we go, 350. Moreover, in Lexzur, the user have convenient access to efficient time management through the time entries feature. This tool empowers the user to record time across different facets of their legal work, encompassing matters, tasks, contracts. The time module serves as the user's central hub for all time-related activities. Now, navigating to the times section in the menu, the time section in the menu basically provides an access with a comprehensive list of all time entries, of course, granted if the user have the necessary permissions. Alternatively, the user can view his personal time entries complete with comprehensive details. This is if you have this screen over here or this grid over here, if you have the all necessary permissions granted from the management, where you can see all the time entries related to all users across different matters. And this over here, if you click on the my time entries, basically you will have only the ones related for the user. The user also can create new entries directly from the time module, which also provides a visual calendar to track billable and non-billable hours efficiently. So basically, we just fill the details over here, and we can see over here, for example, this is billable that has been worked like today. If you want a billable, it will be in green, or if it's non-billable, it will be in gray. It will be straight. Let's take, for example, have one unbillable. We've worked like category attending. It could be of 5 hours. Okay. And here we go. Also, for seamless tracking experience, Lexzur offers an embedded timer where you can start, pause, stop, or end the timer as the user work. And the track time will be added to the list of time entries for the corresponding matter or the contract. You can start the timer from here. Start the timer. Let's take, for example, matter 59. And the matter is already, the timer is already counting the time. So I can pause it from here, pause the timer, and I can end it also from here, where a time entry will be created.
Recorded. Khalil, so just to summarize a little bit, to pause a little bit, to digest a lot of information you provided today. So we have three ways to build our time entries on a case or on a matter. Either through the case, from within the case, either
Yes.
through the My Entry dashboard that you are sharing with us right now, or through the timer whenever a lawyer or an attorney start working on a case, they can just click on the timer, set the matter or the case that they are working on, and they can just start the timer, and the counter will be, counting all the time entries. Now, at the end of the day, let's say we're done from the time entry. Everybody knows now how to record the time on a matter, on a case, on a contract, on a task. So later on, what's the next step? Let's say the billing team now wants to start invoicing, right? So you want to start generating the invoices. What's next, Khalil?
So basically, after the time has been recorded, and of course, if there are necessary approvals or necessary revisions to be done in the on the time entries that have been recorded, basically the accountant comes over here and creates or adds a new invoice.
Hmm.
So from the billing module over here,
Yeah.
under the sales.
Okay.
On the sales section, invoices, we add an invoice.
Yeah.
Of course, the first step is specifying the client's account. Also, if there's any specific template that the user would like to use. Of course, it could be, let's take, for example, the client we have previously created. The invoice number is automatically generated. Of course, we can adjust at any point of time the bill to information, and we hit the next button. So over here we have created a matter. Basically, this is the matter we have created. It appears over here that we have one time log. Of course, the user can at any time search for a matter name by practice area, assignee status, billing method.
Okay, so Khalid, this is the space where the accountant or the responsible for billing, he can understand, he can visualize the green lights. It means that for these corporate matters or cases, these are the time logs to be billed to the client, right?
Yes.
And he can search by date, by type, he can filter the way he wants, right?
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I would like to stress on an important note for it is considered as a best practice for the lawyers and legal practitioners today to record their time logs upon finishing the task rather than waiting till the end of the day to record this time entry. This is very important, Hussein, because waiting till the end of the day to record my time entries leads to underreporting and forgetting billable hours.
Yeah.
And another quick best practice is utilizing the timer, the embedded timer.
Yeah.
Okay. So also, Hussein, the second feature I would like to talk about before reaching to the invoicing section is
Yeah.
the expenses.
Hmm.
So I'll go back to the matter which we have created. Okay. So also as the time entries tab, we have an expenses tab over here. Basically,
So
billable expenses in the law firms are costs incurred by the law firm on the behalf of the client that can be charged back again to the client upon invoicing. So properly tracking these expenses is essential for accurate billing and maintaining the transparency with the client. Billable expenses, they include, for example, filing fees, court costs, travel expenses related to this case, or expert witness fees. From the expenses tab over here, you can visualize the related expenses for each and every for the matter related. You can even create the expense from here. You can add it. Let's add an expense. So at the add an expense section over here, Hussein, basically we have to fill out the mandatory fields, such as the expense category, the payment method, the paid through, the amount related, the paid on date, also additional information could be added, such as if it's inclusive of tax, the reference number, the supplier related, of the can also add
Yeah.
comments or any related document that can be also attached.
Okay, just let me highlight something that not all of these fields are mandatory. Just because I need our attendees to understand that there's a lot of information that they can fill, but none of them are and not all of them are mandatory. We do that, or if they want to have more reporting, more better reporting, they can add the values that they want. Khalid, just to be cautious about the time because we still have 3 to 4 minutes. Can we see where all of this will be in the invoice? So can you move now to the invoice? So we recorded our time entries, we recorded our expenses. Now we will be able to view all of this in our invoices in an easy way. Can we export our invoices, send it to our client?
Yes, sure. So again, from the billing, section,
I think we still have this part of the our learning objective for today to be covered.
yes. So of course, after the expenses is approved by the accountant, we go back to the invoice creation section. So of course, we add the invoice from here by again specifying client account, invoice template, the invoice number. The invoice number, of course, is generated automatically. The bill to details are pre-specified. Again, from the matter, just as the time logs, we can see over here the expense that has been recorded.
Yeah.
Once we click on the matter, we want to invoice this matter. The time logs are automatically reported.
Okay. Yeah.
Of course, if you The user might not want to invoice all the time logs, might want to invoice specific time logs. He can select and deselect as much as he wants, and he is free to do that. Also, the expenses, the same idea.
Okay.
And so basically, this is the structure of our invoice. We
Yeah.
can manage the discount level from this section over here, the adjustment. We can add the service date, the quantity, the tax. We can adjust as much as we want. We can also add services if you have any services or any fee that the lawyer or the law firm wishes to add to the client. He can add, of course, from the list of predefined services over here, or he can even create a new service on the fly.
Amazing.
So
And
let's, for example, this
Mm.
service over here and add it. Of course, Hussein, it's very important, again, as we stressed at the beginning of this webinar, it's very important to have a clear description for clear and detailed description. Of course, also, it's very important for the accountants over here to have a clear and consistent billing cycles. For example, you can, let's say, the accountant can bill at the beginning of the month, at the middle of the month, or by the end, or whenever he wants, or whenever the management decides on doing this. Also, it's very important to link always our matters and allocate our expenses, our time logs to the litigation cases or the corporate matters that the user is dealing with. So
Okay.
the last step in the invoice is specifying the invoice reference, PO, the terms, the date, due date, also setting reminder if he wishes to be reminded of the of this invoice, specifying comments, internal comments on this invoice, notes. It could be of the bank details, specify the bank details inside the notes section over here.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, this is the place. This is where our invoices are basically done, right? This is the last step of the invoicing cycle, where the accountant can start, sending this PDF invoice to their client through the email portal at Lexzur. Khalil, I think we still have 2 minutes. We need you just to open the door for some questions. So we have a question from Adil. Adil is saying, what is the category, or what is category indicates for? I think he means the category of the time entry or the expense. It's basically the type, I think, right, Khalil? It's the type of the time entry that has been registered, or even the type of the expense that has been inserted into the case. Is there did we answer your question, Adil? Is there any other questions from our attendees today? Do you have any insight, any questions about Lexzur module? Don't forget that you can try out all of this. You can try all of this for free for 14 days whenever you want. Khalil and the support team at Lexzur are always there to assist you build your accounting system in your practice, to help you set up your invoices, streamline the way we send all of these invoices to our clients. We have a lot of experience when it comes to making all of this operation really well handled, efficient, as we say. So Lexzur, our motto is efficiency amplified. We are keen to help you with these processes. Please reach out to us at support@lexzur.com, and we will immediately reply to your questions. Thank you very much for attending to today's webinar. Thank you, Khalil, for this beautiful presentation. We have another question, I think. Is it possible to make entry date rate as default. We can, I think by configuration, we can do that from the settings option. Yes, I believe we can do that. Another questions from Daniela. Sometimes our lawyers do block billing more than one action in a single time entry, which is prohibited by some clients. Can I split a time entry that has been billed into two or more when creating and editing an invoice? Basically, we do have an option. Khalil, if you go back to the matter, within the matter in the time entry section, we have the option to split a 1 hour or 2 hour to split a time entry into billable, non-billable. If you go back to the matter, Khalil, under the matter that you created, let's go to so the corporate matter that we created, please. To the part related to time entries. Time entries. Yes. And for the ones, just click the three dots. There's something called split. Yeah. You can split. For example, you did some administrative work for 1 hour or for 2 hour. 1 hour is billable, another hour is non-billable. You can split it from here. I hope we answered your question. Any other questions today? The invoice we do have, yes, it is possible, Adel, to block entering time at some dates. It's also by configuration. Musi sent us this question. The invoice prepared isn't saved as default for the next invoice preparation. It needs editing every time. Why? No, the invoice you set up the invoice template, and you don't need to edit it every time. Every time you will see the invoice template. You choose which template. You choose which invoice. You can create like 10 templates. Every time you want, you can set one by default, and every time you want to create your invoice, you can choose the template that you want to use. And in this case, you might have templates for, let's say, if you are a law firm in the United States, you have one template for the United States client, you have another template for the European market clients, and so on and so forth. So no, you don't have to edit it every time to use it. You just create the template. We will have another webinar, by the way, on how to create. We did already one about creating invoice templates, but you can reach us at Lexzur, support@lexzur.com, and we can assist you create more than one template for different cases if you want. So we will be glad to help you with this. Thank you for your question, Musi. Thank you, Adel. Thank you, Daniela. I don't know if anyone has any other questions today. It's a very interactive session. Thank you for your questions, by the way. It seems everybody has asked the questions. Perfect. We're 4 minutes past the time dedicated for this webinar today, but it was an amazing webinar. Thank you, Khalil, for the presentation. Our dear attendees, thank you for attending this webinar. We hope to see you very soon in other webinars. Have a beautiful one, and see you in our next webinar. Bye-bye.